Hi, everybody at the Assistance League. This is Martha Hall Kelly saying hi from sunny Florida. And I know you're talking today about resilient women and my favorite topic in the world, since that's all I write about and probably always will. I wanted to just say a few words ahead of my coming out April 6th. I'm so excited about resilient women. That is the whole reason why I became a novelist, really, back in 2000, when I discovered the story, the true story behind Lilac Girls, up at the Bellamy Faraday House in Bethlehem, Connecticut. That story was just waiting for me. And it was about some of the most resilient women I've ever heard of, really. 74 Polish Catholic Girl Scouts, really. The youngest was 14. And they had been in the Polish underground when the war started and were arrested and taken to Ravensbrück concentration camp, where they were experimented on. And they survived it miraculously. And that, when I discovered that story, it just sent me on this quest to tell the world about it, because I just thought, first of all, how did they survive that? And in my research, I got to actually go to Ravensbrück, which was amazing, and speak to two of the survivors. And it's just unfathomable how they made it through. The women that I met were like angels. They were telling me that the gravel in the giant plots in the middle of the camp, which is still covered with very sharp gravel, the Nazis would take their shoes in the summer and they would have to walk barefoot on it until their feet were bleeding. And of course, you know, the experiments that they suffered were just unbelievably heinous. You know, to be 14 years old and come through something like that, and so in such a good place that these women were in, it was astounding. So that, I feel really lucky that I discovered that story, and because it inspires me every day still, and that how they could get through that. But the story wouldn't have been complete without Caroline Faraday. If you have read Lilac Girls, she was the very wealthy, aristocratic New Yorker who lived in Bethlehem, Connecticut, very close to where I live today when I'm up north. And Caroline Faraday, who also was a resilient woman on her own, though she'd been raised by, you know, in a wonderful household where she was dressed by maids until she was 16 years old, very wealthy. She lost her father at a very young age, her beloved father, and had to go through a lot on her own. But the fact that she reached out to these women and took them on as her own, as if they were her own children, really is what makes the story so special, I think. And the fact that she helped them through to become resilient. And it reminds me so much of the work that you do in St. Louis with the Assistance League and Operation School Bell and Steps for Success. It's really inspiring. And the fact that you do it just full of unconditional love. And it's not unlike the way that Caroline Faraday operated her life. And I just want to say thank you for doing that. It's amazing and so necessary, as you know, in this day and age, to be out there doing things and just doing it for the pure love of it. It's such a beautiful thing. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Have a wonderful meeting, and I will be seeing you soon. Can't wait for April 6th. Bye-bye.